The Komodo dragon, Varanus komodensis, also known as the Komodo monitor, is a member of the monitor lizard family Vanidae that is endemic to the Indonesian island of Komodo, Rinca, Flores, and Kalimantan. As a result of their size, Komodo dragons are apex predators and dominate the ecosystem in which they live. Komodo dragons hunt and ambush prey including invertebrates, birds, and mammals. Komodo dragons' group behavior in hunting is exceptional in the reptile world. The diet of Komodo dragons mainly consists of Javan rusa. Though they also eat considerable amounts of carrion, Komodo dragons also occasionally attack humans. Mating begins between May and August, and the eggs are laid in September. As many as 20 eggs are deposited at a time in a abundant megapod nest or in a self-dug nest hole. The eggs are incubated for 7 to 8 months, hatching in April when insects are most plentiful. Young Komodo dragons are vulnerable and dwell in trees to avoid predators, such as cannibalistic adults. They take 8 to 9 years to mature and are estimated to live up to 30 years. Komodo dragons were first recorded by Western science. Their light size and fearsome reputation make them popular zoo exhibits. In the world, their range has contracted due to human activities, and is likely to contract further from the effects of climate change. Due to this, they are listed as endangered by the UN's Red List. Komodo dragons were first documented by Europeans when rumors of a land crocodile reached Lieutenant Van Steen van Hensbroek of the Dutch colonial administration. Widespread naturally came after when Peter Alwans, the director of the Zoological Museum of Bogor, Java, published a paper on the topic after receiving a photo and a skin from the lieutenant, as well as 2 other specimens from a collector. The first 2 live Komodo dragons to arrive in Europe were exhibited in the Reptile House at London Zoo when it opened. John Bacon Proctor made some of the earliest observations of these animals in captivity, and she demonstrated their behavior at a scientific meeting of the Zoological Society of London. The Komodo dragon was the driving factor for an expedition to Komodo Island by Douglas Burden. After returning with 12 preserved specimens and 2 live ones, this expedition provided the inspiration for movie King Kong. It was also Burden who coined the common name Komodo dragon. 3 of his specimens were stuffed and are still on the display in the American Museum of Natural History. The following is a comparison of Komodo dragons with other lizard species. 1. Size Komodo dragons are very large, with a body length of up to 3 meters and a weight of up to 70 kg. Meanwhile, other lizard species usually only have a size of about 1 or 2 meters and weigh only a few kilograms. And 2. Habitat Komodo dragons live on several islands in Indonesia, especially on Komodo Island. Meanwhile, other lizard species can be found in various places around the world. And 3. Diet animals. Komodo dragons are carnivores that eat a wide variety of prey, including mammals, birds, and reptiles. Meanwhile, other lizard species usually eat insects, fruits, and small plants. And number 4, digestive system. Komodo dragons have a very strong digestive system, so they can digest meat easily. Meanwhile, other lizard species have simpler digestive system and usually take long to digest food. And number 5, habits of live. Komodo dragons are solitary animals that tend to live alone. Meanwhile, other lizard species usually live in groups and are more social in their life habits. Number 6, ability to regenerate. Komodo dragons have a very strong ability to regenerate. With the ability to regenerate, they make teeth and skin. Meanwhile, other lizard species usually don't have the same strong regeneration ability. And then the conclusion, Komodo dragons have significant difference compared to other lizard species, especially in terms of size, habitat, diet, digestive system, living habits, and ability to regenerate. With their large body size and strong ability to regenerate, Komodo dragons are a unique and interesting species to study. However, conservation efforts for the Komodo dragon still need to be carried out to maintain the survival of this endangered species. The Komodo dragon prefers hot and dry places and typically lives in dry, open grassland, savanna, and tropical forests at low elevation. As an ecotherm, it is most active in the day, although it exhibits some nocturnal activity. Komodo dragons are solitary, coming together only to breed and eat. They are capable of running rapidly in brief sprints up to 20 km. To catch out of its prey, the Komodo dragon may stand on its hind legs and use its tail as a support. As it matures, its claws are used primarily as weapons, as its great size makes climbing a branches. For shelter, the Komodo dragon digs holes that can measure from 1 to 3 meters. Because of its large size and habit of sleeping in dashboards, it is able to conserve body heat throughout the night and minimize its basking period the morning after. The Komodo dragons hunts in the afternoon, but stays in the shade during the hottest part of the day. This special resting place, usually located in ridges with cool sea breeze, are marked with droppings and are cleared of vegetation. They serve as strategic location from which to ambush deer. Komodo dragons are apex predator. They are carnivores, although they have been considered as eating mostly carrion. They will frequently ambush live prey with a stealthy approach. When suitable prey arrives near a dragon ambush site, it will suddenly charge at the animal at high speed and go for the underside of the throat. Komodo dragons don't deliberately allow the prey to escape with fatal injuries, but try to kill prey outright using a combination of life-threatening damage and blood loss. They have been recorded as killing wild pigs within seconds, and observation of Komodo dragons tracking prey for long distance are likely means per case of prey escaping an attack before succumbing to infection. Komodo dragons eat by tearing large chunks of flesh and swallowing them whole while holding the carcass down with their forelegs. For smaller prey up to the size of a goat, their loosely articulate jaws, flexible skulls, and expandable stomach allow them to swallow prey whole. The undigested vegetable content of a prey animal's stomach and intestines are typically avoided. Copious amounts of red cell via the Komodo dragons produce help to lubricate the food, but swallowing is still a long process. A Komodo dragon may attempt to speed up the process by ramming the carcass against a tree to force it down its throat, sometimes ramming so forcefully that the tree is knocked down. A small tube under the tongue that connects to the lungs allows it to breathe while swallowing. The eating habits of Komodo dragons follow a hierarchy, with the large animals generally eating before the small one. The large male typically asserts his dominance and the small males show their submission by use of body language and rumbling hiss. Dragons of equal size may resort to wrestling. Losers usually treated, though they have been known to be killed and eaten by victors. The Komodo dragon's diet is wide-ranging and includes invertebrates, other reptiles, birds, bird eggs, small mammals, monkey, wild bird, goats, pigs, deer, horse, and water buffalo. Young Komodos will eat insects, eggs, geckos, and small mammals, while adults prefer to hunt large mammals. Occasionally, they attack and bite humans. Sometimes they consume human corpses, digging up bodies from swallow graves. This habit of raiding graves caused the village of Komodo to move their graves from sandy to clay ground and pile rocks on top of them to deter the lizard. The Komodo dragon may have evolved to feed on the extinct dwarf species Stegodon that once lived on forests, according to evolutionary biologist George Diamond. The Komodo dragon drinks by sucking water into its mouth via buccal pumping, lifting its head and letting the water run down its throat. Although previous studies proposed that Komodo dragon salvia contains a variety of highly septic bacteria that would help to bring down prey. It is suggested that the bacteria in the mouth of Komodo dragons are ordinary and similar to those found in other carnivores. The observation of prey dying of the sepsis would then be explained by the natural instinct of water buffaloes, who are not native to the island where the Komodo dragon lives, to run into water after escaping an attack. The warm, fish-filled water would then cause the infection. Mating occurs between May and August, with the eggs laid in September. During this period, males fight over females and territory by grappling with one another upon their hind legs, with the loser eventually being pinned to the ground. This male may vomit or defecate when preparing for the fight. The winner of the fight will then flick his long tongue at the female to gain information about her receptivity. Females are antagonistic and resist with their claws and teeth during the early phase of courtship. Therefore, the male must fully restrain the female during couts to avoid being hurt. Other courtship displays include males rubbing their chins on the female, head stretched to the back, and licking. Copulation occurs when the male inserts one of these handpins into the female's cloaca. Komodo dragons may be monogamous and form pair bonds, a rare behavior for lizards.